So I'm walking around the show floor and I find my brother from Long Island here, Ken Saward. Also the Miata designer.
Indeed.
Now, this is going to look very strange because I'm really close to you right now.
Yes.
It's not because I want to kiss you, it's because I haven't mic'd you.
For the 30th anniversary MX5, we wanted to introduce a special version here in Chicago. In 1989, February, we introduced the first Miata.
Here in Chicago, though.
In Chicago to the world, global debut. We had a red, white, and blue car, and we had a Club Sport in yellow.
Yeah.
And so for the 30th anniversary, we wanted to pay homage to that. And so we introduced a new color. It's racing orange. It's exclusive just to the 30th anniversary. We're building 3,000 cars globally, 500 available in North America. They went on sale at 12 o'clock today, Central Standard Time.
And they'll probably have sold out at this point.
We're not sure where we're at, but I think they're moving pretty well.
How many RFs as opposed to soft tops?
I think it's split 50-50. You can get them both in either automatic or manual. The car comes with Recaro seats, Alcantara interior trim, orange piping.
I like that.
And we're using the raised forged wheels that we run on the MX5 Global Cup cars.
Oh, cool.
And we've got the Brembo brake package.
Don't you do raise on one of like the GTs or something like that?
No, we use Brembo, BBS.
BBS
yeah,
on those,
so
yeah.
with the Brembo package, we have BBS wheels, but for the 30th anniversary, we introduced the forged raised wheel. So it's a lighter wheel, stronger wheel, and a little bit more dynamic wheel.
Now, two things I'm going to say. Number one, he knows this because he's not just a designer. You have a Club Sport. You race.
I race.
Yes. So this guy used to drive. He used to drive 787s.
And 6.7s.
Don't get me angry. And so not only is he a designer, you have designed not one but two Miatas.
I've been part of the development on this one. I designed the second gen car, the NB.
Yeah.
I race an NB spec Miata. So, and the white car behind me is my own personal car that I bought when I worked at Chrysler in 1989.
You and I are celebrating an anniversary.
Yes, we are.
We are. What happened literally a year ago last night?
A year ago last night, we were here in Chicago.
We went to Gino's East.
Yeah, we went to Gino's
East. Which is a
East.
tradition for Mazda.
And we talked about cars, and we talked about what I wanted to own one day. And so it was pretty cool. So we had a good opportunity to
But what did you want to own?
I wanted to own a mid-year C2 Corvette in NASA blue with knockoff wheels, fully loaded, power everything. So.
And what happened that day?
Well, that day turned out there was one on Bring a Trailer, and I was able to bid on it. And literally the next day I'd won the bid. So
we are celebrating. This is the year anniversary.
It's basically a year since we did it. Yeah. So I had the car delivered about 3 weeks later, and now I'm an owner of a Corvette. So.
It is gorgeous. I can vouch for it because he brought it to the hangar, and
it's a nice car.
We had a big day that day. We hung out with your Corvette. Jeremy brought his Jag, and then we did launch control starts in an E63 wagon,
which was very impressive. As much horsepower as a Corvette has, it wasn't anything close to it.
No, but your car, the thing about your car I like so much is it's in really good condition, and it's the stunning beauty with the blue, because he's got the coupe, but you drive it. You're not afraid to drive it.
It's a driver's car. I mean, it's in great condition. It's never been restored. It's only got 39,000 original miles on it now. I've put about 3 since I've had it. New Year's Day, I did a 250-mile drive with Jeremy Barnes in his E-Type. We went down to Julian and back up to Temecula, and the car
So Jeremy,
just
he used to run
great,
PR for Mazda,
Correct,
and the thing interesting about Jeremy and Ken, which kind of intimated in the Paqueta just before, these guys are very accomplished race car drivers. Like, they really know how to shoot to the point where Mazda's unusual in this, that you guys got to race the real race cars.
Yeah, we'd been a big part of the development and the restoration of the historic cars, and because of that, and because of our our history racing and the success we've had at Thunder Hill and the 25-hour races in Spec Miata, we were given the honor and the opportunity to drive the historic cars. So I drove the 767. And Jeremy drove the RX-7 GTO car, which won the championship in IMSA back in there.
I'm sorry, I just get to drive a priceless multi-million-dollar race car as part of my job and get paid for it.
And the irony is nobody really thought it was a $1 million race car, and then they realized, wow, this is a pretty rare car. So
you realize the 767, that one that sold at Gooding at Amelia Island?
Amelia
that
Island,
lives here in this city.
Oh, it does, okay. And that was, I think, the car that kind of made our guys perk up and realize, wow, these are pretty expensive cars you guys are driving. So
Well, it's history.
yeah,
You guys have,
I know.
it's rare that you guys have that kind of history. Actually, and let's
And
segue.
within our building, I mean, within our R&D
But
center.
you literally have it underneath the
They're
building.
all in the basement, yeah, and we have a guy on staff that basically keeps the cars running. So
Do you guys
we don't just
remember-
display them, we
You
actually
use
drive
them, yeah. And you guys remember I did an episode last year. I went to Radwood in the one that was done in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And I took your perfect, 28,000 mile white FDR
yeah.
X7. I really didn't want to give it back. So I need that car.
Yeah, we have a couple of those too.
Yeah, I'm going to take one of them now that I know you have a couple.
Okay.
So history played a role here in this car. You call it yellow, but I call it orange. Tell me what happened since you and I spoke yesterday about that car.
Since yesterday, the car was launched yesterday at 11:30, and the car went on sale. We had
500
units in the U.S. Car went on sale at 12 o'clock, and I think by 6 o'clock we were sold out.
I thought it was interesting that you didn't say, well, 250 RFs and 250 soft tops. You made them build to order.
And I think that's the unique part of it. We did build to order. So if we sold 450 soft tops and
Yeah.
50 RFs, that's what it was. So it was, you could call in, you could order it, basically either the RF or the soft top with an automatic or a manual.
So how did it come about? Did it happen at design in Japan, or did it happen with you guys?
Most of the design for that came from Japan. We do color cars within our group. We have a color material group, and we developed an orange that we really thought was good, and we proposed it to Japan, and they took it and developed it further, obviously based with their, like BASF or with Nippon Paint to develop the color. I think they worked with Nippon, and they developed the color, and they developed it for the production cars. So.
Now, did the idea of a 30th anniversary come from you guys?
It was a collaboration. We knew we were going to do something special for the 30th anniversary. So our team in North America talked to our team in Japan, and we collaborated what we were going to do. We knew we didn't want to change the whole car. We just wanted to do something that made it unique. Like we had done in the first generation car, where every couple of years we did a special version in a unique color. We kind of wanted to bring that back.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Jill, are there any questions for Ken?
Well, there was one, just asking if you could get Ricaro's seat in the ND Club Miata in older years.
Can you do that?
Older years being NDs.
NDs. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
ND.
16 and
Yeah,
forward.
I don't know if it's a club trim, but there is a Recaro seat option. I believe it's believe it's the GT, but I can check for it.
You know, I found something out today. I want to confirm this with you. You have brakes, the calipers are different in the back because there was only one supplier that could do a handbrake?
Generally, yes. Generally, most cars, the bigger brake packages, doing a handbrake with rear calipers is a little tricky. So there's a special, it's a more mechanical. So
Yeah.
now as everybody's moving to electronic handbrakes, that's not an issue. But as
Yeah.
you know, in the Miata, we still have a traditional handbrake. So,
Which is wonderful.
Yeah, which is great. So
Yeah.
we're back to that traditional way. So we have Brembos in the front, we have Mazda, calipers in the back.
Yeah.
They're painted orange to match the color of the car. But yeah, there's still your traditional handbrake in the car.
Okay. So what are we working on next, you and I? Because we built a SEMA show car together. We got to do something
You have to
again.
put a plan together.
We do have to put a
we
plan
have to
together.
put a plan together.
What do you guys want to see us do? We've already built SEMA show cars. I wanted to do a race car. I wanted to, remember Derek, we wanted to do that Thunderhill race car and go
Correct,
to Thunderhill
yeah.
and race it together.
Correct.
We need to do something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe we need to build our own Mazda Speed 3. Because it seems to be that's not happening.
That would be a great opportunity. Yeah,
Look
to
at it,
do
no
something
answer.
at SEMA.
No answer from this guy. Give me, I'm going to let you go now because I know you got to go. But before you go, you have a list of 10 cars you want to buy. You've already had 2. You have the 911, you got the Corvette. What are the rest?
Okay, so within the list, I've adjusted a couple of them,
Yeah.
but basically a Ford GT, the first gen of the new one, a Plymouth Superbird. I don't know how long I would
You
keep
are
it.
from Long
Yeah,
Island.
I don't know how long I would keep it.
He is a brother from another mother.
A 78 Trans Am, black gold, honeycomb
Wow,
wheels.
man. You're showing
These
your
are
age.
just cars that I grew up with,
Yeah.
that guys had in high school that I always wanted to have.
But they're worth a
not
lot of
great.
money. They're
Yeah, they are.
100 grand
Yeah,
now.
they're going, and that's part of it. What I'm
Have to
looking
have
at.
any book
Yeah,
here.
they're about 50, 60, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm looking at cars that I can get,
Yeah.
keep them for a year, and then sort of flip them in a sense
Yeah,
and
you'll
make
make a
money
couple
on
bucks
them.
on
And
it,
I did
yeah.
that with the 911 Turbo. Hopefully, I can do that with the Corvette. So I've got Ford GT. I have a '62 Cadillac Eldorado convertible, which is what we had as a kid growing up. My
Yeah.
father had one.
Fancy.
the Trans Am. I'd love a 78 911 or 930 turbo. But all of these are now kind of hitting a point where they're a little hard to get my hands on.
Yeah, 2 bills, 250 on one of those.
928
Pasca?
GTS.
Oh, GT. Yeah, that was. There was one that no sailed about $140 at Scottsdale this year.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 17,000-mile car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're usually in the high, like 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so-
I just was looking at the Haggerty book. There.
Yeah. So that's another one, and a couple old muscle car products. So.
Okay. We got to get to 928. I got a good story for you in the 928, which is going to come up as an episode later on in season 10 where we do some classic.
And we've
cars.
talked about 928s in the past.
Love
so
these
that's-
928s.
And I was
They're
close.
trouble,
I was
but I'm
close
gonna
on
have one.
Yeah.
I was close on one too.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
maybe when I do that episode, you will come
That'd be
and we'll
great.
tell
Yeah, we
both
can
of our
tell
stories.
our stories. That'd be great.
Thank you so much.
Hey, my pleasure.
Really enjoyed
Anytime.
chatting with you. I appreciate you taking the time to come off the floor and do this, especially in an
problem.
odd place like this.
No problem.